Before the trail, we heard Feeder on Radio 2. Steve Merchant here with Ricky Gervais, Karl Pilkington. We were talking before that about rotten gifts, and particularly gifts that Karl's received in the past. We're just actually thinking now, because we've got to give away this, we haven't got to give away, but we're generously giving away a Eurythmics Platinum disc. So if you're a Eurythmics fan, or indeed if you're not, but perhaps you know someone who is, and maybe you've got some rotten gifts for Christmas, then you can get in touch with us, let us know what the worst gift is that either you received this year, or maybe even in the past, you know, something that really you just was terrible. Maybe you, like Karl, had the poker face when you received it, you politely opened the box, but inside you were dying. But you can get in touch with us, 882921, we've got the email gervais@bbc.co.uk, or you can phone us, 0500 288 291. The worst gift ever will receive the Eurythmics Platinum disc.
Well, talking of gifts, I got my, girlfriend, a few gifts, a trip to, Paris and a few little bits and pieces, and one of which was a trip to the theatre.
Nice.
A thing we'd walked past before and we'd wanted to look really great. The Woman in Black, which is on at the Fortune Theatre in Covent Garden. I bought 4 tickets so, you know, we could, she could take some people. She chose to take, Karl and Suzanne.
Well, of course, now I think it's a scary play, isn't it? It's a spooky play.
It's a scary thing.
So
it's
you
about
thought instantly Karl's the man?
Absolutely. And it was wasn't it great, wasn't it? And the theatre was so lovely, and the production is so lush, and it's genuinely really it's been for over 17 years. They really honed it, and and it was great watching Karl. At one point, we were in a box, which I'll tell you about in a minute, and I just pointed to show Karl that this face was appearing, right? But as as I was pointing, he didn't see me pointing, my finger came into his peripheral vision, and he went, "Oh!" And I laughed for about 5 minutes, because he just saw a finger come in. I wasn't even trying to wind him up in that, because that was such a bonus for me, and I nearly died. But the reason we were in a box, I went there and I said, "Oh, can I get a box?" And they said, "Oh, the boxes are a little bit small and cramped." I went, "Okay." So okay, we'll give you some really good seats. So we got some nice seats downstairs. And do people go to the theatre these days to clear their throat?
Yeah.
And their nose?
Yeah.
Because I was surrounded by people going, which I find absolutely disgusting. That even annoyed me doing it, and I apologise to people at home listening. And coughing and eating sweets, chatting about things, right? And I was getting a bad neck. You know what I'm like? Anything. I just wanted it to be silent, right? So, in the interval, I said, I went up to the manager, and I said, "Oh, can we wear the box?" And they went, "Oh, yeah, fine, yeah." It was free, they didn't sell it. So we went up there, and they let us go in one. The first one, we had to go past some people in the interval, treading past, sorry. I'm
a celebrity, I get a box.
yeah, that's exactly, so they probably think, oh, they've given it to him for a special treatment. I was gonna buy it, it's no extra money, but they just didn't sell it, because it was, you know.
Another reason to hate you.
Yeah, exactly, but we went in there, there's only 3 chairs, so I went, this was the other box has got 4 chairs. Karl went, "I'm not going out there again." Right, so we said, "I'll sit on the floor." Imagine him sitting on the floor.
Were you sat on the floor with your little head peeking over the edge of the box?
No, this is it.
So I went, "Oh, let's go." We went out, he was so embarrassed. Of course, everyone's going, "Oh, no. Walking past people again, went in the box. Everyone's looking at the box now. Right? And Karl was horrified. Karl was trying to hide, but it was—
To be honest, I mean, the idea of a box is you get a better view, but I didn't, because I was like, "Oh, I have to sit right at the back."
Yeah.
I might as well have been, like, near the fire exit. I just was like, I don't want to be sitting
No, that's not the idea of boxes, to get a better view. I think it's from days where it was how you were meant to be seen. The boxes face each other, right? And you're meant to see who's in the other box. It was very a socialite type thing. The boxes are probably the worst view in the theatre. That's why some theatres don't actually sell them. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather have to lean forward and see something than be surrounded by people chewing and sniffing.
It wasn't that bad though, Steve. That's the thing. You know what he's like.
Oh,
so,
well,
I mean, anything that's meant to be like a nice relaxing night out, whether it's going for a nice quiet meal, suddenly turns into this, like, nightmare.
Well, I won't go to public places with Ricky, because there's always something that'll annoy him, and then he won't take it out on them, he'll take it out on you.
Yeah.
We gotta leave, it's too smoky, it's too noisy, it's not noisy enough. There's music, there's not music, it's an absolute nightmare.
Well, people annoy me, that's
stressful. So I mean, just the other day, right, I went out for something to eat. Nice, quiet, you know, Italian place. I walk in, there's about 6 people in there, having a nice, quiet meal, you know, quiet. I thought, that's good, he's not gonna complain about the noise and that. Sit down, I have some arrabbiata, which is nice and that. Alright. Anyway, he starts sort of normal chat, saying how he'd like to put my head in a vice.
Sorry, you'd like to put your head in a vice?
In a vice, yeah.
Not
just
really.
Sort of normal, sort of.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I was just thinking that it would be lovely to put him in one, you know those vice that are sort of attached to workbenches?
Yeah.
Just so, not to, just put it in there so he's caught there, and then I can sort of do what paint his head or something,
Sure.
or feel it squeezing. And I just imagined sort of squeezing it too tight, didn't I?
So he's saying all this, right? Which I'm getting the sort of picture enough without sounds,
Right.
But then he thinks, well, why not add sounds? It's quiet in here, right? Start sort of going, so your head's in the vice, tighten it, and you're sort of going, right? So he's sat in a chair, quiet restaurant, doing that. It's like the scene out of When Harry Met Sally,
Yeah.
right? All these, like, tourists and that sat there sort of going, oh, Ricky Gervais over there. And suddenly, like, from a look of like, oh, that's good, it's Ricky Gervais, to what the hell is going on?
But I just imagine his little head, because what he do, I just imagine him in tighten, I go,
Is there any other radio show that's ever been on Radio 2 that has had this discussion?
well, no,
Does Johnny Walker, OBE, ever say, I'd love to put Terry Wogan's head in a vice and see what happens?
oh dear.
Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain Again on Radio 2. We've got a Eurythmics Platinum disc to give away, and we'll get to that shortly. Keep your worst Christmas gifts ever coming in. You were talking about, Rick, about the, you know, nightmarish people you find now in any kind of, you know, theatre and the cinemas, because I love the cinemas, you know, and I'm a big movie buff. And for me, I feel that when I go into the cinema, it should be the red carpet treatment. I go all the time, you know, I'm a big cinema fan. I shouldn't have to sit with, for want of a better word, the scum of the world. Do you know what I mean?
Scum, you mean anyone who isn't you?
Anyone who isn't me. But sometimes, you know, you end up going to the cinema, you know, on a Friday or Saturday evening because you want to be, you know, you don't want to be a sad loner who goes on the Wednesday afternoon. So sometimes you're forced to sort of see these people. And I went to cinema once to see, remember that film Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah.
And I sat there, I thought, this is great. I was a nice big seat, it was fine. And this woman comes trundling in. She was huge. I mean, properly mammoth, like the marshmallow monster at the end of Ghostbusters. Do you know what I mean? Kind of waddling in like that, with this tiny little flake of a husband. And she had everything. She had nachos, hot dogs, big soft drink cartons. You know what I mean? It's like, you know those people who, they've gone out to eat, and they pop into the cinema, and if a film happens to be showing there, they'll go and watch that.
Brilliant.
Basically,
they've gone for a picnic.
They've come to, yeah, they've
there's
come
a film
to
on.
raise.
Yeah.
And, so they've arbitrarily chosen this film, so she's in there, the trailer's come on, and it's not only is she greedy, but you can tell she's stupid. This trailer comes on for AI, remember that film, Spielberg film, AI? And the trailer is something like, Jimmy is a 12-year-old boy, he feels like a human, he experiences emotion like a human, but he's not a human, he's a robot. Right, everyone goes quiet, and she went to her husband, how old was he again?
Oh.
So already I'm on my backside, do you know what I mean? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon comes on, right? It comes up, and you know it's in Mandarin, I think it's an Asian film. And it comes up, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She says, bear in mind she's paid the money to come in, she says, funny name for a film. Which is pretty weird. So, it comes up, it says Mandarin subtitles, she goes, not subtitles. It comes on, right, they're all speaking in Mandarin. She, to her husband, turns to him, she starts going, ching chang chong chong chang chang chong,
no.
ching chang chong chong chang chang ching, like, during the film. I mean, it's the film started and she's doing that, she's going funny language, wing wing chang wing ching chang chong chong, and they start both doing it, right?
Oh god.
So I get up, I'm so angry, I want to make, but again, of course, not too polite to actually say anything, so I think I'll make it clear what my feelings are. So I get up, hoping that the seat will flip back loudly and I can storm
Knock
off.
her popcorn all over him.
Over his stupid face. But, sadly the seats didn't flip up, so I just kind of huffily climbed over a few seats, sat down, brilliant, next to a teenage girl on her mobile phone.
Oh.
And she's on there, she's chatting away, I'll meet you after, and I wanted to grab the phone for her and say, I'll be honest with you, you're 14, and unless this is your broker in Hong Kong saying the big deal's about to go through, which I suspect it's not, I suspect it's Gavin saying, can we meet behind the bike sheds later? Put the phone down. People who are on the phone in the cinema.
I know.
It drives, I know,
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. See, you're like
but
me.
people always say, why'd you get so angry? Your New Year's resolution should be calm down, chill out, you know. But how can you chill out when this stuff's going on?
What's your New Year's resolution,
well, no, just
Karl?
with that though, I mean, surely people are allowed to, like, have a chat if a film's got subtitles.
Why?
Because you can read it, it doesn't matter about the noise.
That is the most stupid thing I have ever heard in my life.
No, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
that
I'm not-
really is the most stupid thing I've ever... So go along with your iPod on.
Yeah, take a ghetto blaster.
Yeah, you could if you can multitask. I mean, that would do my head in, having music, and I don't know what to sort of concentrate on. But if you, it's only like reading a book when you're on a train, innit? You've got noise around you.
What?
What are you talking about? These films cost millions of dollars. Everything's perfect.
The
And
music, the sound effects.
the whole montage, this mixed me, and someone comes along and goes, oh, I might as well talk to Gavin on my phone, well, I was reading it anyway. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Carl. I think your New Year's resolution should be less stupid.
No, I'm doing, I'm gonna try and learn something new every day through 2006.
What have you learned today?
Well, I did a lot yesterday, so I'm having a day off today. but no, just well, I did, didn't I? I did the Bible stuff and that. So I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, we've got that coming up.
What's your
Carl's
New Year's
sermon.
resolution? To be less annoyed.
I suppose I should be more tolerant.
So we're gonna do some clues for next week.
Yeah, right. Again, same sort of system. 3 of them email in, and we'll pick one at random. Right. First one. The initials RP.
Right.
Right. And the cryptic clue.
Not cryptic. Well.
Steal that woman's flower. Right. If you're gonna like nick a.
Well, no, it's different now. What is it? If it's a cryptic clue,
let him finish it.
Okay, what is the clue?
flower.
What is the clue, and stick to it.
Steal that woman's flower.
Fine. Okay.
RP.
Right. Okay.
Right. Second one. B.
Is that the clue or the initial?
B is the initial. Right. And cryptic clue. Keep whacking the cooker with a stick. What is it? It's a band or an artist. They kept whacking the cooker with some sort of.
What is it? Keep
stick.
or kept? What's it? If it's cryptic clue, everything matters. So.
Well, it doesn't really. Just
Well-
think about whacking.
Well, no. Give us the clue again. Okay.
Just whack the cooker.
No,
with
what
some
is the
sort
clue?
of
Do the clue.
stick.
Okay, do the clue. This is the clue, and the only right. No, wait. The initial is B, and the clue is.
Keep whacking the cooker with a stick.
Right, fine.
But it doesn't have to be a stick, though. It
Well,
could
no,
be like an iron. It could be any sort of.
Well, okay then. Let's do the clue again. Then. Okay, so the initial's B. What's the clue?
Keep whacking the cooker.
Fine.
The last one, the initial M, and then the clue is Venice. It's all water, isn't it? Right. How would you describe it? Right. When.
Oh
there's
Jesus Christ! Is this the what?
Let him finish the clue! I want to go home, I haven't slept, I just come back from Rio!
He might never finish the clue. It keeps going. It's full of water, right? Oh, well, you don't need a stick, do you? Use your hand if you want. Well, no, it's B. No. I mean, he might never finish.
Well,
right.
not if you're gonna interrupt him.
What's the initial?
M.
What's the clue?
Venice. It's all water. There's hardly any land, so how would you describe it?
Okay.
I think that sort of works. M is the artist or a band. Email in.
Rockbusters.
Ah, yes, the time that no one looks forward to.
Chimpanzee that, Rockbusters.
Right, so gave you 3 clues last week, 3 cryptic clues. Some initials of a band or an artist you emailed in. Rob Harding got it right,
Oh, nice work, Rob.
so well done. The 3 clues, the first one was RP for the initials, and the clue was steal that woman's flower. Right?
Yeah.
So that was a cryptic clue. The answer there is Rob Plant.
Robber Plant.
Rob Plant.
I don't know who that is though. There's no artist called Robert Plant.
That's like Robert Plant. Robert
Robert Plant.
Yeah, but you
is
don't
his name.
say that. You sort of go, oh yeah, I'm into
No, you do say it.
Have you got the,
it means
the
like
album by Robert Plant? Yeah,
Robert Plant.
They wouldn't go, what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Plant.
Are you saying rubber plant?
The second
What are you
one,
saying there, Carl? Though
The second one was...
it doesn't work.
The initial was B, and then that was keep whacking the cooker with a stick, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a stick, we pointed that out, just keep whacking the cooker.
Keep whacking
Yeah.
the cooking, yeah.
That was B, that was B oven.
Beat oven. I don't know who that is either. Is that a group?
The
Beat oven.
Is that the Beatles? Who's the Beat ovens?
classical sort of stuff, Beethoven. Beethoven.
No, you said beat.
Again, they got it
bait. Hold on, wait a minute.
Just saying though, they
No,
got it.
it's bollocks.
Rob
Because
Harding got it.
no. Beat oven. It's not Beethoven.
They got it.
Do you understand?
The last one, the initial was M, right?
I just want to know who Robber Plant is.
Don't be worrying about rubber. No,
Because it's not a name. He's not the one in Led Zeppelin, is he?
So M was the initial. The clue was Venice. It's all water, innit? How would you describe it? There's hardly any land, right? So
Canal.
if there's hardly any land, right, it's more water. What sort of water would you get, right?
Wet.
And then what?
Wetville.
No, but just like water that in Venice. What sort of water is it? It's sort of
Muddy.
no.
Muddy waters.
No, but how would you describe Venice?
What's the
If there's more.
But what's the initial again?
M? If there's
M.
more.
Muddy waters.
If there's more sea than land, what would you say? Would you probably say there's sort of more of it is C, isn't it? More is C.
Morrissey.
More is C.
Morrissey.
More is C. So that's the answer.
I don't know who that
Who
is.
is that?
Morrissey.
Morrissey.
Morrissey. So well done to.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
Well
It's
done
ridiculous.
To,
That's
It really
the
is
worst you've
ridiculous.
ever done.
It's ridiculous.
Morrissey.
Right, if they're that shit, don't do it anymore. This is shit. This is pathetic. Really, it's making you look a bigger moron than you are. Morrissey,
I didn't
Robert
think that was
Plant. They
possible.
don't fucking work. Let's do
they're
monkey
getting them
news.
right. They're getting them right though. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Bit of shit.
Right. The first one, the initials ND. Right. ND. Who is it? He sings songs and that. Right. ND. The clue, that Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. So you've got to sort of imagine, oh, why is it a Jamaican fella?
Yeah.
Right? That Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. ND. Second one, the initial is E. I ask him to pass me the ball by using their head. Right? It's a band or an artist again. I ask him to pass me the ball by using their head. And the last one, TR, the initials, TR. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. What I forgot?
What?
He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. So what I forgot?
And what's the
TR for the initials. Right? Email in podcast@rickygervais.com. We just pick a winner, send you some stuff. It's Rockbusters.
Right. Rockbusters. Quick.
Right then, so last week gave you some initials, again, of artist or a band.
Quick.
Cryptic clue and that.
Yeah.
The first one I gave you, the initials were ND.
Yeah.
That Jamaican fella, he doesn't want anything. Right? So you got to think about the accent there.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything, so he's not sort of demanding anything.
Okay.
No sort of demand, nil demand. Nil demand. So it's like Neil Diamond.
They'd say Neil Diamond, please.
No,
Can I have some Neil Diamond?
no,
Right.
nil demand.
But just now it was all to do with I've got no demands. Now it's a Jamaican person going in and asking for Neil Diamond in a Jamaican voice.
Yeah, I know, but it's a cryptic clue, innit?
Doesn't work.
The second one was, the initial was E. I asked them to pass me the ball by using their head. What do you do if you chuck someone a ball?
They head it back.
Edit back, yeah.
They head it back.
So you'd say, edit to us. Editors. That's editors.
What is it? Is it
It's a band that are
No, there's a
quite
band
good at
called
moment.
The Editors, but there's no band called Editus.
Editus? What's that? Is it Greek? Is it a Greek band?
Again, cryptic. Just you got to
No,
think
again,
cryptic.
bollocks.
Then the last one, TR was the initials.
Yeah.
The cryptic clue. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you.
Go on.
What I forgot?
Dunno.
Well-
Sheep. Something to do with sheep.
Right, something to do with sheep. They're the woolly ones.
Yeah.
What are the ones that run and charge at you?
Oh, they're woolly as well.
No,
The
but
rams.
not as woolly. The rams, right?
Yeah,
the ram ones, right? If you write that down,
No, it's not
that?
even write it down. It's a.
that's
It's a.
Ramones.
The Ram ones.
The
No,
ram
but it's
ones.
how you say it, isn't it? It's not because it's not.
No, it sort of changes about a bit, just cryptic.
But your understanding of the
Cryptic.
word cryptic is
Yeah.
it can be anything.
What am I thinking? Cryptic.
It's weird, you know, because right, I was thinking of doing a bit of educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Right, I'm always looking for stuff, learning stuff as well as doing the other job and that. And when we went out with Robin, and
What does this mean to anyone?
Yeah.
I'm just having a conversation about people they don't know. Go on.
well, it's enough, innit? His name's Robin. He's got really small thumbs. Right,
He looks a bit like Millhouse, doesn't he?
that sums it up. He's like Elephant Man. You know what you get in there, right? Robin, he's got little thumbs, right? So I came
I
in.
wonder if he's listening.
I wanted to do some research, and I thought, I wonder if there's anything on small thumbs, right? I found something. Do you know the saying, rule of thumb?
Oh, is it an inch?
Well, do you know what the saying
Oh,
means?
is it hitting your wife with a stick?
Yeah,
Okay,
apparently.
go on, explain.
Well, rule of thumb, do you know what that saying means if someone says,
Kind of, yeah.
Well, it just means a
rule of thumb is a general rule,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
right? Well, where it actually came from is years ago, husbands weren't allowed to sort of clout the wife with anything,
What was it like in the past?
I know.
You
Yeah.
couldn't clout your missus.
with anything wider than your thumb.
The stick had to be the same, no bigger than your thumb.
I know, I was thinking
so a big
Robin
bloke
could do no damage if he went out with anyone.
Although his is wide, he's got a little thumb like a little knob, isn't it? It's like it's truncated, because it starts off normal. It looks like he's had, his big toes put on his hands.
Does he have to drink a pint with 2 hands?
Yeah, yeah. And he's dropping stuff all the time.
Can I just go back to the rule of thumb thing, though? The idea, what day was this? I'm not asking Karl, I'm looking at Ricky, because you're not gonna have any idea, Karl. It's just gonna be the past.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that...
I think it's the same sort of day where, I don't know, you got hung for being homosexual and you could shoot a
I just love
Welshman.
the idea that there's blokes beating their wives with shovels, logs of wood, and someone's gone, hang on a minute, everyone,
Hold on,
which is
wait
crazy.
a minute, let's have a look at your thumbs. What can we do?
Wait a minute. We've got to have some kind of rule here. I'm all for beating your wife, but let's have some kind of rule. Let's give him a sporting chance,
Yeah.
surely.
He goes, well, I say, well, what about you can hit her with the width of your thumb? And the wife goes, make it the width of his knob. I go, no.
He
no.
claps her again.
Yeah, yeah, width of your thumb. Alright. Better? Yeah.
It's like it's like, I always remember seeing in the swimming baths, there used to be, those signs that would say, no running, no jumping.
Yeah.
That makes sense, no bombing, fair enough. No petting.
No petting.
It's like, you're not allowed to kiss. In
Yeah.
swimming
Yeah,
baths.
but-
And I love the idea that it's probably some kind of lifeguard who sort of maybe saw his ex-girlfriend getting off with some bloke in the water and thought,
Yeah.
right, there's no petting anymore in here.
What do you mean?
No petting, you're not allowed to kiss her. Or, no one.
You're not doing this just because
No,
you used to go...
nothing, there's not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem, just leave and don't kiss. You want to swim, but don't kiss. There's no petting. Did you just write that on in
Yeah.
yourself in biro?
Yeah.
No.
What's this no fiddling downstairs in or out the swimming pool?
No.
No fiddling with downstairs?
No.
Right.
It does annoy me though. I was saying to Ricky the other night when we were walking somewhere.
No
people
taking her for a drink afterwards. You can't enforce that.
people who kiss and that in the street. That
Oh
annoys me.
yeah, people showing their affection for one another.
No, they can hold their hand and that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was just.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, yeah. I see 2 people eating each other, like, in a restaurant or something.
2 people eating each other?
You know, snogging
Oh,
in
right,
public,
okay.
yeah.
So that's that. Answers for Rockbusters, we're doing them now.
Yeah, oh, well, come on then. Well,
Well, no, I think let's play a record, let's come back with
apparently we've got what about a bit of Cure?
Do you want a bit of cow?
Yeah.
We're gonna go wrong. We're gonna go wrong.
Ding dong.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, it's a fat fella with lipstick. Hello! A Forest, The Cure, XFM 104.9. Good track, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Going all the way back. All the way back there. Wow, Rockbusters, the results. You've had a few real answers, proper answers, I hear. So, either I'm wrong, or people do think like you. I've got 2 of them. What are the clues again?
Right. First one was, the gingerbread man has only got 1 leg.
I got that.
That was LB,
Limp Bizkit.
right?
Yeah,
the
that
third
works.
The third one that I think you worked out.
Yeah.
Have a holiday in Italy.
Chewing Breaks.
TB, chewing
Yeah,
breaks.
this is the one I can't get. If there's a reason why I can't get this, we're not doing Rockbusters
Can I
then.
give the answer to this one?
Yeah.
What's the clue?
The clue, these people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Yeah. TTB.
TTB.
The answer.
TTB.
Yeah, go on.
Give the clue again.
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're never doing Rockbusters again.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're not doing it. You're never doing. You've blown it. You see, you sneak that one in.
Yeah, but I always like to sort of give 2 that, you know, are fairly easy, and then you sort of work out the men from the boys then, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'd have done a character called Tourette's Boy, friend of the little Chinaman, and it went, ding dong, oh look, it's Tourette's Boy, friend of, holy fuck, holy fuck, you'd have been annoyed. Do you know what I mean? Oh, who's your mate, Tourette's Boy? Holy fuck. You'd have been annoyed, wouldn't you?
Is that a character from Lenny Henry's show? I can't remember.
I can't remember whether it's Chris Moores or Lenny Henry.
Yeah, one of them. Anyway, the winner, lucky old Richard Perks from Birmingham. He's listening presumably on Sky, and so nice to have him listening. And that's Richard Perks. He's got those answers, all of them right. In fact, most people seem to get Terence Trent D'Arby or Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Well, I think that's offensive. If you want to complain, what's the number? What do they write to complain about that? Using
The
that as
same
an-
person you told people to write to and tell them I was a knobhead and shouldn't be on the radio. Last week when I was away.
Did anyone do it?
I think a few went through.
Did you
yeah.
listen to the show?
I listened back to the recording of
Did
it,
you
yeah.
get any emails before you listened to the show?
Yeah, when I got in.
Did it upset you? What sort of things was it?
Just stuff, I can't remember. Just it was weird because there was like a few of them in a row, and I just thought, what's happened here?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we
because
just
we said that, yeah, because you weren't here, so what did you say?
I just said, phone in. We had a couple of genuine emails that liked the show, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I said, phone in, and leave messages or email Andrew Phillips and Karl Pilkington and just say the show was great. The show was brilliant without him. But they went a bit too far, did they? What did they say then?
oh, I can't remember. I mean, it doesn't bother me because I'm not bothered what people say, am I?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you don't care what you say to people either. Poor little Robin, he looked crushed.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's doing well at what he does.
He couldn't even
probably
hitchhike
earns-
home because they wouldn't stop because his thumbs didn't show up.
He earns-
He couldn't. He was waiting there for ages by the side of the road.
Do you know the difficulty he has buying gloves? It's murder for him.
He wears little oven gloves.
Yeah.
From like Wendy houses. He has to wear Barbie oven gloves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, so, yeah, so the winner there, Richard Perks in Birmingham, and if you could just email him with your address.
There was another winner, wasn't there? What was his name? It was his
Actually,
name?
there was one person who got all the right answers, and there was almost a winner, but his name was Peter Kay.
And I like Peter Kay just coming second. So we gave it to Richard Perks.
Yeah. Peter Kay. Never gonna win.
Let's play a record. Radiohead. There. XFM 104.9. With Joe Stephen Mitch and Karl Pilkington. Right, Rockbusters. Well, you shot yourself in the foot with that. So, Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Amazing.
I mean, what did you think of first? His name and what words you could put in there.
I normally sort of just go through a Guinness Book of Hit singles and go, right, who can I do?
Right? You're giving away a lot of, I mean, that, you're an enigma, Karl. I wouldn't give away your workings. I mean, because then everyone will be able to do it. And what you've got now is a gift that people can't really tap into. Do you know what I mean? See, that's what Lenny Henry and, Chris Moyles' mistake. See, I've sort of worked out how they do their comedy, and I'm doing it now.
Sure.
Do you see what I mean? Now that, I'm doing it,
I mean, I think the only way that people would start to be able to replicate a lot of what Karl does is if maybe they had a severe blow to the head, or they were diving and they came up to the surface too quickly.
Ding dong. Oh, I'd like a severe blow. Oh, get lost, David.
Oh, let's have some adverts, quick.
Steely Dan, reeling in the gears.
Sorry about that. It's better out than it.
Look, he's going to put on his little duffel coat.
Yeah. Well, not very well.
You look like someone that walks around Forbidden Planet.
Don't say that, that's the ultimate insult. You can say I look like something that you'd buy in Forbidden Planet, but not someone that goes shopping in there. Please.
The Professor. Oh, the Professor. Oh, brilliant. Oh, talking about weird looking, heads and stuff.
Go on.
We're, doing that cartoon on the internet at the moment, that little cartoon I did of, Karl. And the bid's up to
Hang on, sorry, that doesn't make any sense to people that don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I did a little cartoon of Karl. And, because he doesn't like his picture in the paper, when people request a picture of us, he started sending that off, and it's in heat, and it's gonna be in Jack, and they put it on the internet, and they're bidding for it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's at, 200 quid.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous,
that's
isn't it?
crazy, that's
So what I
crazy.
thought was, we've got to frame it, Karl, we've got to put the copy of Heaton or something, you'll have to, the winning show, the show that they win on, you'll have to do a copy of that, so they, you know what I mean, they get something for their money, I think. I'm mildly embarrassed. So, it's for good cause and everything, but, didn't someone say 250 if they can come in and watch the show?
Yeah.
We can't do that, we don't allow people, but what I thought was, what about the winner gets to come in and squeeze your head? So they get in for just 2 minutes, we present them with it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not having strangers
charity.
coming in squeezing my head.
What?
I think it's for charity.
It's for charity, Karl. Come on, mate. What are you like?
I don't care. I'm not doing that.
They're
I
not
think
gonna-
even an ill person would say, no, it's alright, I'm not that ill.
What do you mean?
You don't have to have your head
Yeah,
squeezed for us.
squoze. Squoze! You don't have to have your head squoze!
Alright, let's move on. Karl,
So how
was
they
your
bid
holiday?
then? How will they know they won?
xfm.co.uk/Ricky, you can see the picture on there. If you're interested, if you think it's worth more than 200 and you've got some money, then you send an email in saying I'll give you, 220 quid or something.
But are you not going to let them squeeze your head? So we get someone here, the art department here, we'll frame it up. I'll put a little note of, like, authenticity, yeah.
Brilliant.
A picture of us. Can I have a real picture of you? A little
Imagine
behind the
David
scenes.
Dickinson examining that in a couple of years' time.
This is as cheap as chips.
Yeah.
You can sue him then, because he ripped off your phrase a little bit, didn't he?
You've been done here, mate. You have more money than sense.
Have we
220
I'll
quid.
tell you what, have we got monkey news today? We might not get to it, mate. We are running out of time.
No, we're doing it.
What do you mean, we're doing it? It's.
The show isn't complete without it. I'd rather drop adverts and stuff.
Well, I'd rather drop adverts.
No, we're doing Monkey News. Do you want it?
Rick, my concern is that if you put Monkey News on the subs bench, it's going to be like David Beckham. He's going to have his eye wandering to other radio stations.
Yeah. And look what he's doing.
Yeah, he's
He
off
might
to
be
Real
leaving
Madrid.
off to Real Madrid. I might take Monkey News off to Radio 2 or something.
Yeah.
Right? So don't be leaving Monkey News on
I
then.
imagine if they're listening now, they're probably going to call you and go, Carl, were you serious about bringing Monkey News to Radio 2? Because the check's open.
Right, SC are the initials of the artist of the band.
Go on.
SC. The cryptic clue.
Just stop saying cryptic, because it's not.
The clue is, I went into the restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and the fella making the food was there each time. Right? SC are the initials. I went into the restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday if you want. The fella making the food, he was there each time.
So he changed it.
SC.
Was he there Saturday and Sunday or not?
He can be if you want. I'm just saying he's there a lot.
Oh, this is like pulling
I'm
teeth.
trying to hurry it up. And the second one, go into that woman's store and rip her off. Right?
Right.
That's C.
Okay.
C. Go into that woman's store and rip her off.
Okay.
If you're gonna do that.
Oh, don't mumble at the end of it. Go on. Just do the clue.
And the last one, the initial E.
Last one ever.
You have had a go at laying down a track, but it ain't perfect, right? So you're sort of making a track.
No, just do the clue.
You're making a track. You
Well,
had a go at
give us
laying
the
it down,
clue. Don't
but it
just
ain't
talk
perfect.
around it. Right, the initial is E.
E.
What's the clue?
You have had a go at laying down the track, but it ain't perfect.
Fine.
A music track.
Yeah.
Well, no, but no. You can't. No, these people can't ask questions.
The first one, it's cryptic clue, just in case.
No,
it's the
stop
first time
saying
you've heard
cryptic,
it.
'cause they're not
Clue
cryptic.
with initials of an artist or a band. You work it out. You know, you send in the answers. Right, the first one, the initials were SC, right? And the cryptic clue was, I went into the restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. The fella making the food, he was there each time,
Okay.
right? So you got to think about it. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, just tell us the answer.
What is he? He's a cook, isn't he, if he's making the food
Yeah.
and that. If he was there on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's the same cook. Right?
Yeah.
So what have you got there?
Same cook.
Same cook.
Sam Cook. Sam
You
Cook.
said same cook.
Yeah, but if I went, the way I look at it is, if I worked in a record
The way you
shop,
look at it is,
if I worked
you
in a
get
record
close you
shop,
can
someone
and
came in
just
and
say
said, "Have you
it.
got Sam Cook?" I'd go, "Yeah, sure, he's in the jazz section or whatever." Right, the second one,
Bollocks, that is bollocks, that one.
go into that woman's store and rip her off. Right, so what's a store?
Shop.
Right, if you're ripping someone off, what are you doing?
Stealing.
Another way of
Conning.
right, okay. And what is it? It's a shop. It's a woman. So what am I saying?
What's the initial?
C.
Con shop.
Right. It's a woman.
Corner shop. Corner shop.
There you
Corner
go.
shop.
So Steve worked that one out. Well done there. The last one.
I'm stunned.
You've had a go at laying down a track, but it ain't perfect.
Go on then. What's that?
So a track is
Yeah, what's the initial?
E.
Okay.
So you've had a go at laying down this track.
Yeah.
So when you're laying down a track, it's like it's a mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've had a go at doing it. You've just it ain't perfect. So you could say it's what's another word for not perfect? It's a bit of a
Shit.
like, that's a bit rough, isn't it? It's a bit of a rough mix. It's your rough mix.
Your rough mix.
Your rough mix. I've never heard of that band.
That's not bad.
Annie Lennox, isn't it? Your rough mix. So
Your rough mix.
Candice Morris in London got them.
I really don't know what to say.
So signed picture off to
You're
her.
I feel embarrassed that we're still doing it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, well we're jacking it in a bit.
Should we just
Yeah.
not?
EK.
Okay, now.
Do you know the songs that you sing at Christmas? That bloke who sings them is brilliant at it, right? CK. Second one. MG. I told the homosexual man that the grape tree was mine.
What?
I told the homosexual man that the grape tree was mine.
And what's the initials?
MG. Right?
Okay.
Bit of an easy one. And I ask you if you believe in Father Christmas, right? What would you say if I asked you? The initial is S.
Is that specifically Ricky?
We might as well keep it as Ricky, yeah. I ask you if you believe in Father Christmas, what would you say?
So have they got? Is there any prior knowledge? Do they have to guess what I'd say?
Well, no, it's obvious what you'd say about it.
Oh, this is so bad.
So
It's an embarrassment.
Rockbusters, the one of the most hated quizzes in the history of mankind.
joking, aren't you?
The people loathe it.
No, I'm loving it.
It's the last one anyway, so just get over. Just do the answers. Hold on, we can't do another one though because we can't give the answers out. So this just
Yeah, this is the last one. It's just the answers for last week for people who are doing it.
okay. Well, small mercies.
The first one that I gave you last week was the initials were CK, right?
Yeah.
The clue was, do you know the songs that you sing at Christmas?
Yeah.
That bloke over there is the best at singing them. So what are the songs you do?
Carol King.
Carol King.
Right,
Yeah, that works.
yeah.
That works. Very
Right.
well done.
The second one, MG. I told the homosexual man that the grape tree was mine. Right? MG.
Gay.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye, obviously.
Marvin Gaye,
But how do you get to Marvin?
What's it?
That's my vine, isn't it? I told you.
My Vine Gay?
Yeah.
My Vine.
Yeah. And the last one,
My Vine Gay.
That's shocking.
It's
then the
well,
last one, it was,
shit.
the last one, the initial was S. I said, I asked you if you believe in Father Christmas, what would you say? What's the name for Father Christmas?
Santa Claus.
Right, so if I said to you, do you believe in Father Christmas, you'd sort of go,
No.
yeah, but what's his name again?
Santa.
Right, so what would you do? You'd go, oh, Santa.
No, I don't. No.
That's it, that's what you do there. You go, Santa, nah. Santa, nah. Santana. So that was the last one. Well done to Bob in Yorkshire. Got all three of them right. You'll get a little signed picture.
What's a rockbuster?
It's like a music quiz. I give you some cryptic clues
they're not cryptic.
as to an artist's name, and I give you some initials of that artist. All to,
Have you seen Blockbusters? It's that, but he changed the name. Okay.
Got it.
Here we go.
Got it. Okay,
Right.
I'm ready for the,
Go for
the
it.
first one.
Give us three.
That's a laptop, and the initial is A.
That's quite a good one, actually. That one works. I'm disappointed.
Oh, I've
She's
got
looking at
no
your
idea.
answers.
I tried to
You've got the first letter.
I've got the
Did we
first
get a point for that?
I think
I
you've
don't
had
think
enough
so.
time on that one. Second question.
Look how round that head is.
The Spanish person is celebrating about the present he got for Jesus. The initials there, O-M.
This
The
is
Spanish
good.
people.
You've got better at these.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
I haven't got it.
Think
that
about
might
it. They're
feed the
cryptic.
answers,
Just
though.
think about what I'm saying. Listen to the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
The Spanish people are
Yeah.
celebrating. What do Spanish people do when they celebrate? What do they say?
Well,
And they've got a gift for Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
Question 3.
Right.
Uh,
You can actually see the brain kick in. You know, like when you pull a thing on a boat.
Yeah, yeah.
He does that. He has to go right, and then he has to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
the Asian person's leg is a little bit angry. TT is the initials.
My God, I've got it.
No, three. I've got none of them.
Well, this is really worrying.
The answer,
Adele.
Adele.
Oh,
Ah, okay. Yeah.
The Spanish people
Yeah.
celebrate present they got for Jesus.
Ole Mer, Ollie Mers.
Correct.
I copied Georgie, so
Yes,
I'm not
you
giving
did.
myself one, but I got the
And then
last
the
one.
last one, the Asian woman's leg is a bit angry.
Yeah,
TT,
tiny temper.
Tiny temper.
Very good.
Well done.
Guys, listen, well done to everybody that was involved in that incredible experience. It's been brilliant having you here.
But excitement isn't far away. The case of fake identity takes another twist as Karl learns unexpected news about the Twitterer who's been posing as Alan Bennett.
I think I was thinking Alan Bennett drinks a lot of tea and there's a lot of caffeine in it, isn't he? So I was thinking that maybe Alan's up all night, teed out. I just thought there's a reason why he's putting all these messages at 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning. But the reason was, it's not Alan in London, it's Michael in Sydney. I don't know what he's playing at.
Alright, so your question it's all about Stephen Fry. Looking for Stephen Fry, you've said, and then on August the 24th you said, happy birthday, this is my first ever tweet to Stephen Fry. I think you may share the same birthday as Steve Guttenberg, brackets Police Academy. Why did you put I think? Surely you checked that and it was true.
Yeah, I did, but I also wanted to just sort of use that as a, I think. It's almost
Okay,
like it's in
sound
the
casual.
brain.
Sound
Yeah.
casual.
It's over a week now since Karl set out to test Twitter by seeing if he could become real friends with Stephen Fry, but he hasn't received as much as a hello.
I keep being nice to him, but eventually I will get annoyed.
However, Karl has managed to track down the Australian Alan Bennett impersonator.
I signed on as myself, and then I thought, well, I haven't got anything to say, and I just thought it would be really funny if somebody like Alan Bennett was doing Twitter, because he's got so much to say, and I thought most of the people on Twitter don't have anything to say at all.
Do they think you are Alan?
I think quite a few have been sceptical and saying, well, if you are the real Alan, well, hello, it's nice to hear from you, but there's already been a few people saying, I can't believe Alan Bennett is on Twitter doing tweets every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they're kind of sceptical too.
So what do you sort of, get out of it?
Being from Yorkshire originally, I like it almost as a way of keeping in touch with my roots, and I did something about talking about mashing the tea, because I occasionally hear these phrases which you don't hear anymore in common speech, and I just heard somebody say, oh, the tea's mashed, and I thought that's something people don't say these days.
He was a bit upset about it. Can you understand why he'd feel that way, or?
I could understand that, yeah. I'm sorry if he is upset. I think it's just a low-key thing that just a few hundred people have been following me. I don't want to upset Alan because I'm a big fan of his. Maybe I'll stop.
That evening, Michael closed down his fake Twitter account, and it got Karl thinking.
It was just a bit of escapism for him, wasn't it? He's probably fed up of being Michael in the same way that I have days when I get sick of being Karl, and I think, what would it, be like to be someone else? Because that's how I used to use CB. When I was younger and I had a CB radio.
Yeah, 19, anyone out there out of trash, you got a copy?
Like, there was a woman who was on there known as Sexy Lady, and for ages I spoke to her thinking, oh yeah, I'm on it, Turns out it was Linda Evans from, 3 doors down.
Yeah, she old Red Devil, eh?
Believe me, she was far from, a sexy lady. I mean, there was a few giveaways. Now and again you could hear her eating when she was talking to me, but, for quite a while I was quite happy with myself, thinking, oh, I'm keeping a sexy lady interested.
Try and catch you later on, gone, bye.
It's now a fortnight since Karl laid down his challenge to Twitter to prove its worth by helping him become friends with Stephen Fry.
So nothing's changed, really.
Appearing to be no closer to making contact with Stephen, Karl considers a new plan of attack.
I've been thinking that, the only reason I spoke to Michael is because I thought it was Alan Bennett. And, when I spoke to Sexy Lady on the CB radio when I was a kid, I was only talking to her because I thought she was a sexy lady. She wasn't sexy, he wasn't Alan Bennett, but the thing is it worked. So I'm thinking, why don't I, pretend to be someone else that Stephen would be interested in? I'm thinking of being someone else.
Who are we going to be?
Well, who's Stephen a fan of, who he wouldn't actually know, so he couldn't text them and say,
Is this you? Yeah. You want to be careful, because if you said, hi, I'm Tom Hanks, what he'd do is he'd check your page and he'd find out you had 1 follower or 2 followers. He'd think, that can't be Tom Hanks.
But if I just go, hey Stephen, I'm new round here, he'd sort of say that thing, I've just joined.
Yeah.
You've convinced me to do it.
I'll be honest, Karl, I think he'll see through it. But that's why I think you might go for a writer, you see, because writers, someone like Martin Amis, he'll be respected by Stephen Fry, but he might not have that many people following him on Twitter, because he's not like a film star.
All right.
But then Stephen might respond to him.
Have a look. Just check if he's there. No, he already exists.
There is already a Martin Amis on Twitter, and Karl is getting frustrated.
All a bit of a waste of time, really, wasn't it?
But just as Karl begins to contemplate giving up on Stephen Fry and Twitter, along comes a flash of inspiration.
Got it. Got a great idea. Someone who who I know that he likes. I've heard him talk about him on the telly. I know he hasn't got a Twitter account. Alan Bennett, innit? Alan Bennett. I could just say something like, you know, alright Stephen, it's Alan here. Are you into mashing tea? Something like that. That'll probably get his attention.
All that's left for Karl now is a nervous wait and a chance to reflect.
Maybe it's my fault, really, when I think about it, that I don't have that many mates, because it's like I can't sort of put up with people. Even when I was younger, you know, I didn't have mates round and that, just because my dad worked nights, and, you know, so it was like you can't bring people round because you wake your dad up. So I ended up just staying in and watching, you know, telly with subtitles on it, or playing Operation with the batteries taken out. Which, you know, I mean, I was quite good at it, but not the same, is it?
Finally, a month after setting Twitter the challenge of helping him become friends with Stephen Fry, Karl gave up.
I mean, I kind of thought maybe he was too busy or something, but I look at his page now, and he's out eating again. It's a bit annoying, and I call him Stephen Fry up from now on.
Karl never did receive a personal reply, either as himself or as Alan Bennett, so Karl closed down both accounts.
I still think my theory about Snow White only having 7 mates and all that, I still think I'll stick to that rule. It's just a shame I couldn't have got Stephen as a mate, because it would have meant, you know, I could have got rid of one of my more annoying friends.
You didn't let me come round to your house, so one day I had to follow you. And then you saw me and you started to walk quicker, so I walked quicker. You started to run, so I ran. So soon now, you're being chased through the streets of Soho at quite high speed by the fat bloke from the office.
In the same way that Snow White had all the different little
dwarfs
and all that.
Yeah.
I
But
kind
they
of
have
think
friends though.
she knocked about with them a lot.
Yeah, I suppose they were her friends. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's questionable. Yeah, having that many dwarf friends, you know.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know,
bit-
what's going on there? Positive discrimination, fair enough. But I think she should have widened it a bit.
People were looking, we were both sweating. It was weird, but I need to know where you lived, because that's what friends are for. I need to know where my friends are.
But I don't remember Dionne Warwick singing that when I was younger.
I think maybe Twitter isn't for you, and also, I think maybe society isn't.
But well, you'll be sad when your friends die, won't you? You'll miss them, won't you? Because you used to have a laugh with them.
Yeah, but then you get another one, and that was like a chapter. It's like, you know,
Brilliant.
We've been through loads of cats. It's the same thing.
Well, it's not really, is it?
It is the same,
A
because
lifelong friend, there's nothing quite like it, is there?
a lifelong. Well, I haven't got
No,
one
but
of
what I
them.
mean is, if we continue being friends
Yeah, and then
for the
one of us-
next 40 years,
Yeah.
and I die, you'll go, oh, I'm a little friend now. He used to come round and squeeze me head with his arthritis. Oh God, he used to squeeze so hard his colostomy bag would just splatter all over our bourbons.
And what was your question again?
Would you miss me?
Well, I was in the cinema last night, and as I came in, there was a big queue, and as I came in, there was people there, taking your ticket, showing you to your seat. Now, when did it happen that I was no longer able to find my own seat at the cinema? Why is it that I can go in the daytime, I can find I'm left to fend for myself? But now it seems that on a Friday night,
No.
there's so many stupid people out there who can't find their decent seat.
I think that is policing. I think that's to stop people thinking I'll just sit here and having to deal with it themselves. Because I mean, if someone was in my seat, even if there was another seat, I'd go, well, no, that's mine. I want lots of policing in social occasions. I want to go into a pub and go, that is too loud, that music. Those people are too annoying, they're standing up, they're too annoying.
I remember being in the cinema once and seeing a guy, he was a big fat guy again, he had popcorn, the hot dogs, the Coke, right, and he had it balanced on this little wall that was sort of separating parts of the cinema, and he was a big fat guy, just sat there, I was watching, I think it was Beetlejuice I was watching,
Right.
and some local hard nuts, they were on the same row, they started kicking the little wall
To try and
knock
knock
his
off.
food off, and I thought, brilliant.
Oh no! I think you want to bully fat people.
Yeah.
Play a record, Karl, it's getting really nasty now.
Can I pick on you?
50 Cent, in the club, on XFM, 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Still arguing, this time about having help from your mum and dad. What do you think, Karl?
No, I'm not. I don't want this to turn into some sort of wacky type thing where we're pretending we're arguing.
Yeah.
Well, we're not pretending.
We're not pretending. You are
Yeah,
arguing.
I know what people will think we're messing about.
Oh,
right?
that wouldn't have thought so.
We just need to. We can talk about it later. Sort it out.
Yeah. It's just that Carl's a little bit stressed.
I'm not stressed. Though.
And he doesn't really understand that, you know. So, you know, me and Steve have got lots of different jobs in the week. He's just got one job.
Yeah, and we sort of rely on people getting messages to us, you know, as soon as they get them, you know, and not sort of deleting them from their phone selfishly.
Yeah.
Just things like that, you know, people being on the ball. Not just thinking about themselves all the time, not just thinking about number one.
What do you think, Carl?
Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Don't get all maudlin again. Just having a little discussion. Yeah, this will annoy you. Guess what? Think of this, you little slaphead twat. Apparently, that's Sony's ours, that's Sony's ours. Right, apparently, women can get bald treatment on the National Health Service, but men can't. What do you think of that? Do you think that's fair?
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
We should point out that Karl is, would you say balding?
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Well, either that or a wide parting.
He looks like Charlie Brown. He's got the same sort of hair arrangement as Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's
I don't think Charlie was balding though, was he? He was only about 10.
Well, no, but he just had like a couple of things on top, and his hairdo. Carl's had a hairdo that keeps
It's not a hairdo. No.
What is it then? What is it?
It just happened, I've told you. Noel was in, right, once.
Noel who?
Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh right, you're on first name terms.
Right. And
from the hood, isn't he?
And whoever was doing the interview said, oh, you know, what will Liam be able to keep up that sort of hard attitude, right? Say when he gets older and he goes bald, and you know, could he still carry off the sort of attitude that he's got? And he was like, no, he'd never have that style. He couldn't have that style that lad's got in there, and pointed at me.
Yeah.
I said, it's not a style. I said, I didn't go to the barbers and say, can you just, like, shave the top bit, leave the sides.
Yeah, can you move a little Friar Tuck?
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right, and you were just saying to me, what would you do if you went back in time? I'd probably use a better shampoo.
I wish we could tape the conversations we have off air.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they are ridiculous. What would you do if you go back in time? And the other stuff we were just talking about is obviously can't talk about.
Can I just ask though? Sorry, when did you start to notice it was disappearing? I mean, at what age did it kick in?
I worked a lot. You see, you'll be safe. Do you know what I mean? Your hair will stay there, but it's when I used to do a lot of hours, working. And
yeah, you were stressed and things. Yeah.
Stressed out, and it just went.
Well, I'm beginning to understand what stress is like, you know, because I'm not getting messages and stuff like that. But yeah.
But probably about, I don't know, 24.
That's unlucky, isn't it?
Something like that.
And did you panic, or were you just
not bothered?
Not bothered.
He's not bothered. He wouldn't be bothered.
I'm not bothered.
But I don't think for someone who doesn't care about going bald or war or SARS or anything, you don't have to get stressed on a Saturday between 1 and 3.
To be fair, you are worse than all those things. SARS has got nothing on you when you're in the right mood.
But why is it alright for women then to, you know, have a wig, but I couldn't have one if I wanted one?
Well, it's not a wig, they get bald treatment, they actually can get their hair replaced on the National Health, which might be anything, I suppose. Which might be wigs, which might be transplants. I mean, the only cure for baldness is a transplant, which they literally take, follicles. They can get down to individual follicles now from the back of your neck, and, you know, it takes a long time. And, you know,
But people will know anyway, won't they?
I don't know when it starts, though. I don't know when it starts. Like, now, if you started wearing a wig, people go, well, you're wearing a wig because you were bald yesterday.
Yeah.
You can't start thinking, right, I'm gonna go bald in a year, I'll start wearing a wig now. That's the thing to do, isn't it?
It is really, if you're that bothered, but I wasn't. I just thought, right, it's losing it a bit, shave the lot off.
But did you know you had that round head underneath it? Did you know it was gonna be that funny, though? You presumably worn a wig, wouldn't you, if you'd have known? Because I've never seen a head that round.
I think the barber, when they did it, right, the woman said, you can pull that off, you've got a good shaped head for having it shaved. So that's a good head.
Yeah, she looks like a tennis ball. You look like a tennis ball when you haven't shaved.
She said if you can pull it off, she said that's like a good thing to see if someone's good looking, if they can have a bald head. It's like Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
Right? she can pull it off. There's those sort of things. Do you know what I mean?
Telly Savalas.
No, but that's like one of the things. If you look good with a bald head, that means you're pretty good looking.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you can wear a bicycle helmet and look good, that's another thing that, like, you must be pretty good looking to pull that off.
But who have you seen in the
set
bicycle
those
helmet
rules?
that you think's good? Who have you seen in the bicycle helmet and thought, oh god, they must be good looking, they're good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, I haven't,
Everyone
that's what I'm
looks good in
saying.
the bicycle
though.
helmet.
Who?
No one looks good, do they, really? It's not a bicycle
So
helmet.
what would you say Brad Pitt would look good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, I don't know, I'd have to see. But I'm just saying that's like one of the two things, really, that's...
And what blokes do you think look good bald? Who do you think would look good bald?
Dunno, give me some names and I'll tell you whether they'd be alright if they're bald.
George Clooney.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he would do.
Who else?
Well, this could run and run.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. He'd probably look alright.
Do you think he looks alright with hair then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Rick. Sony Award-winning stuff.
Play a record. And then Karl going, oh, he's stressed, he's stressed. Wild Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, little bald-heady Karl Pilkington. You quite like being bald, don't you?
Like
No fuss.
Like I say, you know, I'll probably won't age for a bit now.
Won't age for a bit? What do you mean you won't age for a bit?
Because I already look quite old.
I don't think so. Not with a hat on, you look really young.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm just saying, so I won't change that much. It's like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually don't think, as long as you shave it, straight back, I can't have you on that. Nothing wrong with it.
But that kid who had that aging disease, just shave her head. And she wouldn't age that fast anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So this is the 5-year-old girl who had an awful disease where...
Well, we don't know much about it, to be fair.
No, we just know that you fell in love with the title of the programme, the girl that was older than her mum, right? And you were annoyed that people wouldn't serve her fags and alcohol. If she's, you know, she's living like an 8-year-old, let her have a fag.
Doesn't that sum up this show, though? Karl's comment, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
We're still willing to make comments about it, to discuss it in length and possibly make crass jokes, even though we're ill-informed, as ever.
Yeah.
Right, well, here's something for you, right?
Go on.
This is what I wanted to tell you about, right?
Me.
Yeah, face transplants. There's there's some kid somewhere, right, who had a bit of an odd-looking face. Right?
A bit of a what?
Bizarre-looking face.
Yeah.
And, there's a doctor somewhere who said I can sort that out for you, right?
Sure.
And basically what they do is they've got to get a face off a dead person.
Right.
Sorry, just, in this documentary you saw,
No,
did this documentary feature, say, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? was it that documentary you saw?
Alright, listen, you see...
Go on.
So,
Okay, no, so you can't get a face off a dead person, yeah, go
No,
on.
sorry to dismiss the idea of face transplants out
Yeah.
of hand, but go on.
So, yeah, it's got to be a face of a dead body that isn't older than, like, 4 hours old.
Right.
4 hours dead, whatever. They can take it off, fit it on the new face.
It makes sense. But it's
weird,
not just
isn't
your face that you lose it, but it's the muscle tissue and bones, isn't it, when it's, like, disfigured. It could be through fire or whatever, or disease or... So they can't just literally plonk a face on, they have to do something else, don't they?
You're asking Karl like he's gonna know.
I forgot then. He looked at was that in Russian?
Yeah.
I wish we could get him on telly just to show the look on his face when I said that.
Yeah,
It was brilliant,
ludicrous.
wasn't it? It was, you know when you go to a cat, "Hey, we want some food then," and he just looks at you and he
Yeah.
goes, it's almost like he can understand what we're saying. Go on.
It's like if you had been caught holding a mallet over a dead body by the police.
What
staring at them blankly, I've
what
got
I'm saying is, it would sort of work, yeah. If you peeled your face off and put my face on it, oh my god, why don't you and Steve, for an experiment, swap faces?
And the great thing is, I wouldn't age.
Yeah. Would you do that if it was safe?
I think I'm getting the rough deal here, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no, you get some money back. It'd be part exchange. I mean, it would, you know, It's like he'd make up the difference just to wear your brilliant face for a week.
But the doctor was saying how, it's not complicated. He said the worst thing is something about, the people who were related to the dead person. It's a bit weird for them still seeing the face of someone they know walking about when they're dead.
Yeah, I can see that would be odd, yeah.
I love you, Carl. You are brilliant. Honestly, you're never a dull moment. It doesn't matter whether you're talking or I'm squeezing your head. I'm never bored. I never go, oh, that's enough, Carl. Do you know what I mean? I had battling tops, I got bored. It's like computer games, you think it's the best game in the world, and someone goes, how are you getting on with Tomb Raider? You go, oh, I don't play it anymore. I go, how's Carl? I go, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I was squeezing it yesterday, I was squeaking in his face, I got him down to the ground. He said this, he said that. I'm never bored with you. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.